Now, we're going to be talking about ageism now. It's an article out today in one of the newspapers talking about how women are being forced out of the workplace as they age. So we were talking about it this morning, saying, you know, is it inevitable that you feel a little bit like you fade away as you get older? We've talked often on the panel, haven't we, about women saying they feel a bit invisible as they get older. This is a bit related to the workplace, Colin, but just generally, do you start feeling a little bit as you get older that you're fading somewhat?
Is there anyone talking? Who said that?
Oh, ha.
I think... Yes,
yeah.
I do. I don't think it's that I feel I'm fading away. I think certainly in the industry we're in, but a lot of industries, I think we're made to feel that we're fading away. I think after a certain age, you're made to feel, there's just, you know, we've got
the phone just stops ringing.
Yeah, or the phone stops ringing, or it's always, you know, younger people, and I'm all for younger people being given the chance, but, you know, I'm also for the older woman that's got all life experience being given a chance as well. But
we always say, don't we, thank the Lord for this show.
For loose women, yeah.
Well, you know, this is one of the few shows on television internationally that celebrates and welcomes age and reveres the views of older women. Isn't it?
100%.
It does, because we've had some wonderful young people over the years come on, and sometimes it doesn't last because they either haven't worn every T-shirt or they're not prepared to talk about it yet. That's the thing. We've been sort of... All of our T-shirts have been worn, washed, ironed, taken out again, put away, haven't they? So we don't care anymore.
Do you think it's... Do you think age is a state of mind, though, sometimes?
Oh,
that if you stop
100%.
thinking you're old...
100%. I know people... I had a friend, one of my best friends, actually, when I was younger, and it was her 18th birthday, and I remember her coming up to me at 18 and going, that's it then, 18, I'm old now. And I thought, I can't be your friend because I'm just not there yet. I'm not at... And, yeah, I've met so many people younger than me or even my age who go, I'm a bit old for that now. And it's a real state of mind, isn't it?
My godfather, who is... he's a writer, he lives in America. He is in his late 80s, the same age as my dad would be because they were best friends. And his wife is a little bit younger, and it's like being with somebody in their 60s. And he talks about friends of his and dad's, and he'll say, oh, they've let the old one in. And that is such a great way of putting it, because Ian has not let the old one in. And there are people, there's a certain guy that he said, I said, oh, is he going to come up to London? And he said, oh, no, we've got to go down there. He's let the old one in. And I know what he means. And I think it's very much a state of mind. That's why I will force on the nation my swimsuit photos until I am 110, if I live that long. And it's partly because, like when you said about your hair, it does get a great response from women of saying, I was feeling a bit down on myself today, and now I'm not going to, because there's so many magazines which are supposed to be women's magazines who tell us that we shouldn't be wearing things over the age of 50 and 60 and 70. Wear what you want, do what you want, feel who you like. I've got a younger husband. I'm very happy, thank you very much.
Well, you said, You've got Lincoln, younger husband, but you, Brenda, have a lot of young people in your life and your work.
Absolutely.
We do, actually, to be fair. All our team here. So I think being around young people...
It really keeps you
younger.
vibrant, keeps your health and your mental health all on check. I used to remember this thing at school. When I was at school, some people used to say, to be horrible, at your age, not your shoe size. And now I quite like to act my shoe size. I'm 16, I'm young, I'm fresh, and, you know, I have no problem, no qualms. I've always said that going out with the kids, and their friends think that I'm cool.
Ever go, Mum,
the other day I said something. I was watching something and I said, oh, that's lit. And she's like, what do you know about lit? And I'm like, I'm sorry. I was here before you. I know about everything that you're going through.
But also, can it have the opposite effect, that if you spend so much time with young people, it can make you feel a bit older sometimes?
Sometimes. I mean, I had them all... I've got them all living with me all the time. And sometimes, especially during lockdown, I loved having them there. But there was moments where they'd be chatting about things or whatever, or music or whatever, and I'd think, I just wish I had someone near at my own age just to have that connection with because...
But technically, with the advance of technology, it actually makes me glad not to be young because I could not survive another... Do you know what I mean? I feel sorry for them with all this social media stuff. I'm glad that we grew up without that.
Yeah. I do try. I'm actually keeping on top of tech is my thing. It's just trying all the time to be tech savvy and not succeeding very well. I've got the phone upside down. Jack goes wrong way round, Mum.
And apparently a boomer thing is do not leave your, you know, your light that you put on your torch light. Do not leave it on. Apparently, to teenagers and Gen Zs, it's the most cringe thing. They're laughing.
Is it?
It's the most cringe thing
we're really
for
old.
boomers to have their phone light on. So be careful. It's
okay.
off. Louis went, "Oh my God, Mum, that is so cringe. You've left your light on."
Good tip. Yeah. If you're a young person watching, you've got any tips of things we shouldn't do with tech that makes us look old? It's like emojis now, isn't it? Like no one sends those anymore.
I do.
I do. We're all emojis.
I love an emoji.
Anyway.